What's going on, people? Welcome back to another chat with the artist on Tales from the Soundcheck podcast.
This week, we are stoked to have the man that fronts not one, but two bands that we've had featured on previously.
He brings vocal brutality and beauty to the metalcore outfit, the Green Invaders, and also delivers a savage performance in the deathcore band, Burying Point.
Ladies and gents, Fredy Abrahante.
So what's up, man? How you been?
Pretty good. Just super busy with work and then maintaining two bands.
Yeah, that's wild. Two bands, man.
Or trying to.
Trying to, yeah.
Keyword try.
Yeah, you guys played a show. And the place you guys played at yesterday, is that the Old Space in Hamden?
Last night?
Yeah.
No. Last night we played at 10 Selden and Woodbridge, which used to be the ATC.
Oh, no shit.
Shit.
Yep, they got rid of a lot of shit. They still have the basketball court that you can go chain smoke cigarettes in, but they did change a lot of stuff around. People can bring their own booze and shit.
No way.
No shit.
Yeah.
So it's not a teen
Former
center
teen
anymore?
center. I watched a dude walk around with a handle of Captain Morgan last night.
What the fuck?
At a former teen center.
That is the most... Why? I gotta ask, why a handle of rum, though? Do you, but there's better liquor I could think of to sip on.
He was having a great time. He grabbed the mic later. It was great.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
Was that the dude in one of the videos that I saw that was on stage with you guys?
Yeah, he was wearing mostly black clothing.
Yeah.
His name's Matt Solagod. Shout out to him.
Very cool. He loves rum. He's a captain, I guess.
He is the captain.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
He's in the captain's armada.
Oh man, if he was walking around with a jug of Sailor Jerry, I would have lost it.
Sweet fucking Jesus! Or imagine just a whole handle of Kraken.
What if he's just walking around what was the cheap shit? Admiral Nelson's?
That's another one. Yeah.
Oh, E-dubs is horrible. I don't even want to talk about that shit.
No,
I have a fun story involving Evan Williams.
Let's hear it.
Please do.
I was playing with the Green Invaders some years ago, and we were set to play immediately after I got out of work. So I rushed out of work, and at the time I worked in Windsor Locks, which was on the north side of the state, and I live in Windsor Locks. But the show was down in Stratford in someone's backyard, so I had to boot scoot boogie to the other side of Connecticut. And as soon as I get there, we're about to go on. So I'm running up the street. I see my band about to play. I'm running. I get to the stage. I grab the mic. Let's fucking do this. And we get 3 songs in, and I got my foot up on the bass drum, and I'm headbanging. And my bassist comes through with his headstock, and we collide. My head collides with his headstock. And there's a picture of me on Facebook with blood running down my face from that. After that, my friend just handed me his handle of Evan Williams, and I took a fucking giant swig.
I mean, what else do you do at that point?
make the blood harder to clot.
Or thin the blood.
Yeah.
Thin the blood coming out of my head.
That's funny, man.
Oh yeah, that's my Evan Williams story.
That's good, man. Getting hit in the face with a headstock is never fun. It's happened to me once.
Oh no, and I gave him crap about it for years. I still kind of give him crap about it, but it's just a joke. It was it's a fun thing that happened. One of the most memorable show I've ever played.
Hell yeah. Oh man. Oh yeah. Let's shout out to the old school scene, Silent Hero. Shout out to Dubra.
Oh,
goddamn, Dubra getting venues and shows shut down since 2008.
Yeah. True story, my friend.
So we usually do a question that's not planned. I've been thinking about it, floating to the top of my head for the past couple minutes. I've got one for you. We'll call it a shotgun question. Speaking of Dubra and hall shows, what's the most chaotic show you've ever been to, played?
In terms of like just a packed room, I would have to say that's a tie between Knocked Loose in the Webster Underground and Every Time I Die in the Webster Underground, but also those aren't local shows. So I'm going to have to say the most chaotic local show I've ever been to, it was 2016 summer down at Point Beach Clubhouse, and Boundaries was doing their music video shoot for their song Sour Mouth, like right before they blew up from Hartford County Misery. And like there was just a bunch of people had boogie boards, like squirt guns, water balloons, pool noodles. Everyone was beating the shit out of each other. It was great. I saw a bunch of people like swinging their boogie boards at people's heads. Like I was standing all the way in the back of the room, and I got hit. I got hit with a boogie board.
Surf's
man.
up, bro.
That's just how it is at shows. I wasn't mad about it. It was hilarious, actually.
No, that's pretty wholesome considering some of the shows I grew up going to.
Oh God, I can only imagine. John told me a few stories. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Oh God, there's all sorts of bullshit.
You're in good stock with the two bands that you're in when it comes to stories and experience. So, you know, John's got some crazy ones. Colin's got some interesting stories. Josh got interesting stories. Caden's for sure got some crazy stories.
Oh, they all do. It's
yeah.
crazy.
For everybody listening, I got a chance about a month and a half ago to actually watch Fredy at their studio while they were tracking vocals for one of their upcoming tracks. I think it comes out, Colin said, sometime early next year. You guys are recording a music video for that in about a week or so.
We are recording the day of November 5th, which is a Sunday. Keep your fucking eyes open for that.
And the song it's so good. It's so good. And if you've seen Burying Point live, you've already heard the song.
We're very proud of this song. We put a lot of like influence and effort into this song, and it's just like, for me, it shows like John's years of experience doing heavy shit like this. Yeah,
and on top of it, I mean, the space you guys have is awesome. It's such a chill spot to actually write music, and conveniently for you guys share a space with your other band, the Green Invaders.
Oh yeah, that definitely lowers the monthly rent. Definitely helps.
Yeah,
two bands, dude. Two bands. Like we said, it's with pretty experienced guys on both ends, and you know, working with Sean, we had Sean on it was months ago now. It seems like that dude rips on guitar, man. He's so good. He's such a good composer.
Oh my God, it's some of the shit that I've heard him like play, and like the stuff that I've seen him firsthand like create. It's absolutely mind blowing. I'll never understand how his brain works, and I'm okay with that because it's just riff wizardry.
Yeah. And have you been in the band since its beginning, pretty much? Because Green Invaders, you guys have been around for quite some time now.
The Green Invaders started in 2008. I joined up in like 2015, late 2014. Their original vocalist, Rob, he was moving out to Chicago for a new job opportunity, so he took it. And then I basically came into the band because their bassist at the time, Nick Roberts, he knew I did vocals, and we went to Asnuntuck Community College together. And he decided to give me a shot with them, and I guess they liked what they heard, and I've only been practicing. And
yeah, dude, you rip. That was a really cool session to watch you guys track vocals because you looked like you were having a lot of fun.
Thanks, man.
Behind the mic. I can't wait for people to hear it. It's awesome to have heard it while it was being created, and I've heard a couple variations of mixes from it since from Colin, and I was ripping it in my car. I don't have a car anymore right now. I crashed it the other day, but I'm here. I'm alive. Yeah,
I'm glad you're alive.
Yeah, I flipped my car, so
God
Dave,
damn.
Dave's still here. Um, but yeah, I was jamming the shit out of it the other day, and it's just awesome. It's really cool. We were what were we doing? We were rolling t-shirts while you were
Oh yeah,
tracking vocals.
and recording that one part, like I'm sure you know the part that I'm talking about. Like I heard everybody in the room at once go, "Oh my god!"
I know exactly what he's talking about. Yeah, yeah. We all did that. Ooh, somebody just shit their pants look. Like, ooh, what was that?
I heard it through the door in the wall in the next room.
Well, yeah, you could hear Colin go, "Damn!" from the other room, right? Yeah, definitely. He's the loudest dude in that whole building, bro.
Oh, what are the loudest in the building when Hatebreed isn't there?
Yeah, yeah.
Fair.
It was really funny. I actually have a video of it. While they were tracking, he was jamming on like an airsoft rifle, like as an air guitar. And
the airsoft rifle.
Yeah. And he's got his foot up on the couch, and he's just chugging away at this toy gun during the playback, and it was cool because I haven't been in like that setting of the writing, the practice space, having all the gear around you, and the control room, and everybody's doing something productive. Because let's face it, your bass player is one of the most productive people I've ever seen in a band. Besides my old drummer Cameron, they kind of have the same level of they're just in it to win it, man.
Bar none, Josh is like one of the hardest working bandmates I've ever had, and probably the hardest working bandmate I've ever had. It's like I can't even list how much shit he does. It's ridiculous, and he without Josh, we probably wouldn't be anything.
We could probably say the same thing, right, Dan? I think without Josh, we wouldn't have half the guests that we've had over the last couple of months. Josh has been a workhorse.
Yeah,
yeah.
For real.
He sent the dude from he sent the guy from Casket Maker your way, right?
Yep. Sent the boys from Reminiscence our way, so it was some really good. They do. We've been flirting with the idea of having them come back early next year on the show and trying to get the rest of the band on too. So they were a lot of fun to talk to.
Yeah, those guys were super fun.
They were supposed to be playing down here. That show got canceled. I'd like to actually, buy some merch and watch a set and meet those dudes. They were really, really fun to talk to.
Hell yeah, dude. Didn't they just have a song come out recently?
Yeah, Clout Chaser, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. It's so hard. Oh my God.
It truly is. It's when we were talking to them, they were like, "Oh yeah, it gives off like certain Amir vibes," and it really did. It's got that edge to it, man. It's the sky's the limit for those guys, man. They fucking rip.
I think there's another new wave of deathcore coming.
Yeah,
in 2024.
Yeah, I feel like there's so much like good deathcore coming out right now, and not just like good deathcore, but just like over the top, just like in your face, more so than it's been since probably its inception. And like honestly, I even complimented them because shit, I'm trying to remember exactly what I compared them to. But they were, Dave, do you remember? I had compared them like kind of like the old death metal like phase back in the 80s. I was just like, man, they're totally like the Cannibal Corpse of like deathcore right now, because they have take so many different like genres, and fucking their lyrics are just man, it's hard to pinpoint because they write so many different styles depending on the song you listen to. But like I like the diversity in like the songs I'm hearing in deathcore these days. It's not just like chugga chugga and just growls. It's just like there's so much different shit to pick from now.
Oh yeah, so much shit has come out like in the past like 6, 7, 8 years that like everything now is it's influenced by everything. So
Yeah.
there's in a lot of the music that's coming out now, there's literally something for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's you guys included, like, holy fuck, man. I know Dave sent me a copy of that track to peek at, and like, holy fuck, man. I can't wait for people to hear this shit.
Oh yeah, we're also working on a couple more songs to put out with that one as well. But we will be dropping that single next year.
Hell yeah.
Worth the wait.
Oh yeah.
It's worth the wait. But if you guys check them out live, check out Bearing Point live, then you will hear that song and you can participate in the pit festivities, I guess I could say.
Yeah.
Put on your best caveman outfit and fucking unga bunga.
That's it. That's fucking it.
Yeah, I like that. Last night you guys had some fireworks at your set. You had some people getting pieced up.
Yep, all in good fun. And update on that, they're bros now.
Yes, yeah.
Perfect. They sent each other pictures of their black eyes.
Yeah, they're friends on Facebook now. Billy was mentioning it to me. He's like, "Yeah, we're friends now." And I'm like, "Okay." They were both big men. Let's put it that way. And that's not the.
Oh yes, they were the two biggest men in the room.
Yeah, but it's all in good fun. You're at a show. You're gonna get popped in the mouth. It's gonna happen.
Oh, absolutely.
We've all been punched in the face at a show when we were not looking or even looking. It comes at you so fast, and it's just part of the territory. But I'm glad you guys had some at least people moving around, and kind of like us when we were in Forsaken. You have the same MO going on where you're like, we need violence during our set.
We need maximum destruction. I need the National Guard called.
It's so appropriate because John, when he used to be in pits, when he was a younger lad, we were playing a show. I believe it was Tuxedo Junction, and I think we mentioned this when he was on the show.
Oh my God, Tuxedo Junction! I haven't heard that name in years.
Right?
Yeah, dude.
He roundhoused a kid in the fucking face, man.
Roundhoused?
Yeah, John used to be very, very agile, an agile chap when he was in his early 20s.
He's a deadly weapon.
Yeah, he was a force to be reckoned with in a pit. He wasn't trying to hurt people, but John's a big guy, so when you have when you have a pylon coming at you, you're not getting out of the way out of that. And he had some dude, poor soul, had to get his jaw wired shut after that whole thing. It was a big mess.
Oh Lord.
I mean, those are the best shows, man. You see all the great venues that have that type of chaos. What's the one? I don't even know if they have shows there anymore. I was never fortunate to make it into one of the shows there because they were always so fucking packed.
Is it a Connecticut or Massachusetts venue?
Massachusetts, the ICC Church in Alston. Yeah,
no, I never played that one.
No, I've never. But the level of bodies flying in the air at that hall, in any video that I've ever seen or pictures, is incredible.
Wait, is that the infamous Jesus Fest?
No, Jesus Fest was at a church. Oh man, I want to say it was Newington or Southington.
A lot of church shows.
Yeah, when churches were... they didn't realize that they were having a bunch of fucking hooligans come in there. I know you guys don't want to disclose too much about the lyrics of that song. I'm not even disclosing the name of it yet because I don't even think you guys have mentioned it other than live shows. But the lyrics to that song, man, goddamn, without disclosing too much, what's the inspiration behind that? Because that one is it's mad.
Honestly, I really wrote it when I was just really pissed off at a lot of shit going on in my life, and I didn't feel like I was getting the respect that I wanted from certain people, and just realizing that over the years, like in the scene, like some of these people were like actually making fun of me and just like weren't actually my friends. So this is a song to them. So fuck them.
Simple.
I like it.
I like it.
It's all you can do. You pull like pulling your art from real life is just it's always more raw than when you just like write a story, because that's manufactured. That's stuff that doesn't happen every day. But this happened to me, and like I don't like these people anymore because of it.
And being able to put it down on paper and then translate it through a mic and then have people actually receive it live.
Yeah.
That's full circle. That's the human experience, full circle through art. Yeah. So, and it's the best way to channel things is real experience.
Best way to get it off your chest is like to just let it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Let's talk about Bearing Point for a minute.
Hell yeah.
Who hit you up out of those guys to get you involved in everything?
Well, that by the time Bearing Point was starting, me and Josh, we had just come off like another project that we were working on that didn't work out called Deer Slug.
Yeah, Deer Slug.
Deer Slug was sick.
Yeah.
The one song we released was sick, and the other song that we never got to release was even sicker. Either way, we had just come off of like saying, you know, Deer Slug's probably not going to happen, but we still want to play something heavy. So Josh decided to hit up some other people. So more or less, me and Josh kind of started Bearing Point when we pulled John, Colin, and Kanan because we knew like they were interested in making music again at that point, and we knew that they have the experience, they have the talent, and the drive to just make something heavy. And that's the only goal that we had in mind, was just like, we want to write heavy. We want to make people like bust each other in the mouth during shows.
Sounds like John.
Yep. Yeah, that sounds about on par.
I had never met John before this project, and I'm really glad I got to meet him through it.
Yeah, John's such an awesome dude, man. I remember I have really good memories because I've been playing shows with Forsaken since they were Forsaken the Sky, so I've seen that band evolve pretty much from inception to end. But
my first introduction to Forsaken was some kid in community college asking me, "Hey, do you like Forsaken? They're so hardcore." In 2011.
Oh boy.
Hardcore, huh?
Hardcore. All right.
Okay.
I don't think I had
All
seen you guys yet at that point, but I had been to like a couple of years since the Storm shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I only ever saw Forsaken once. It might have been, I think, like Enfield or something like that.
I left the band in 2010. Yeah, we played a lot of hall shows. A lot of stuff that we did was with Years Since the Storm. I've been in two bands with John, Forsaken and APH, and I was in APH as well with Colin. So I know the experience of being in bands with those guys. And honestly, not shitting on all my other bandmates that I've ever had, John and Colin have been probably the two most solid guys that, you know, I've been friends with Colin for over 20 years now. So, you know, having people like that you have all those dope fucking experiences with, and you're still friends with them, and to see them doing it again, but 100 times smarter. So yeah, you linking up with Josh and that whole practice area, was that Kanan's beforehand? Was he sharing it with Sean and you guys and the Green Invaders already, and then you guys just came in and brought Bearing Point stuff?
Kanan was sharing that space with another friend in the local scene. I don't know if you know him, AJ Parisi, but he
yeah.
They were renting the space together along. I think that there was another friend there with them too, Calvin Johnson.
Okay.
And you guys should interview him, by the way, Calvin Johnson, and check out his band Cryptic Entity. They are Connecticut death metal at its finest.
Well, check that out. AJ Parisi has a Forsaken tattoo on his hand.
Yes,
So-
he
Oh
does.
my god.
Yeah,
Yes, he does. He has the old Windbreaker logo.
Yep, I have the Windbreaker right in my closet still. Yeah, what a great piece of merch.
Mind you, Alex, the vocalist for Ark, anytime we were on tour, he was wearing that Windbreaker.
We took the idea from My Children, My Bride.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
You got to think about it. The metalcore and deathcore scene, when it came to like visuals, was pretty incestual.
100%.
Yeah, that's a real good word for it.
Like everybody would take shit and like, oh, well, it's slightly different, so fuck them.
Who did you see recently? What band? Oh yeah, here we go. New York City punk hardcore band Sick of It All. Sorry. Sick of It All. So
Oh no.
So did you guys
Whoa.
hear? Did you guys hear about Sick of It All is suing New York City punk hardcore band Sick of It All, accused Supreme and hip hop group Mobb Deep of infringing on its trademarked logo with a line of t-shirts launched this summer. So,
Shit.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's interesting.
I mean, I love Sick of It All, but like, in what context?
Like, were they copying artwork, or
It
do they
must
have any
have been.
example?
Or is
That's
it
what I
like
would
the font?
assume.
Because everybody uses that font.
Yeah.
Everyone and their mother.
Yeah, I'm not sure the ins and outs of it. The merch stuff is really, really strange because I don't know if you guys have experienced it with some of the shows that you guys have been playing, because you guys are playing more shows now. But the venues taking merch cuts.
Ugh.
Fortunately, we've never had to deal with that as a local band. I will say that it's very fortunate that we haven't had to deal with it. And like, I don't know.
Dude.
It's very strange to me how venues try to cover their costs, but also like I don't work for a venue, so I don't understand like everything that goes into it. And it's like I've seen like Justin Leach defend himself on the topic a few times, and like, you know what? That's your perspective. That's cool. You do you.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if you can really say that with merch cuts, but
I mean, sure. Like, I get COVID, like, really fucked a lot of stuff up for touring and schedules and all that stuff. But I've been and played big festivals where they do take a percentage, but not to the extent of what was going on here. It just seems like, I don't know. It didn't seem for any other reason than like, hey, shit's way more expensive and we can't cover this anymore. We're taking a cut. That's what it looks like, or at least seems like. But, you know, I'm no expert on the subject either. That's just my 2 cents. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
People
Man.
are mad about something, obviously, so there's obviously a problem going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's what Live Nation is trying to do, where they're like, oh, that stuff's going away, but there's other weird stipulations in that make it sound worse. But then again, it's fucking Live Nation. They're the same guys that own Ticketmaster. I don't trust those fucking people.
Yeah, they charge fucking $20 for a tall boy of fucking Bud Light Arena. Criminal.
Oh, God. Ugh.
Yeah, concert tickets, man, like you guys both said, I'm not involved in the business of running venues or promoting shows, or
Especially these days.
yeah, especially these days, you know, things are completely different than they were 13 years ago. Some of these ticket prices for some of these shows, man, just like bands that you would go see for like, you know, and it's not every show, it's not every venue either.
Not every band gets their tickets resold for fucking $2,000 like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, true.
Exactly. Or like whatever this bullshit AI thing they have on Ticketmaster, it's like, well, this is the projected thought of the price for the demand, so this is the cost. It's just like, no.
Like, bro, you guys set the numbers. You guys make the statistics.
Exactly. And I noticed this for instance, I saw not too long ago, I went to go see Archspire in Whitechapel. And like, you know, that was a set ticket price. There was a fee through like, normal, fees and stuff like that. But, I got 2 tickets and it was like $80 and I'm like, cool.
Fuck.
No, but that's how it is. That's how it is. But like,
Good fucking Lord.
yeah, but I mean, you look at it comparatively to other bands, it's like when Blink broke up and got back together, right? I paid $100 per ticket for floor seats to go see them at the Meadows in Hartford, right? Now it's just like, oh yeah, you want a floor seat? $1,500. Make it make sense.
That just reminded me, like, before pandemic, I, like, for a birthday gift for my mom, I got her and I tickets to go see Fleetwood Mac. And back then, pre-pandemic, it was like, I think, like, $250 for the 2 tickets.
Yeah.
What they would be now, good fucking Lord. I can't even
Thousands.
imagine.
That's what I mean, because all this whole system they have set up, it's all AI based, and it's just like, why?
They also don't really have anything to protect, like, their customer. They don't have anything to protect their systems from, like, people buying up all the tickets and then reselling them for a jacked up price. So, like, because they don't care.
Also
At the end of the day, they've made their money.
It's like that in sports too, though. I think
Yeah.
it's all kind of gotten crazy, and
the whole ticketing market is a scam at this point.
I can give you an example. There's been a couple, hall shows equivalent to the Webster in size and Worcester Palladium in size out here, and I'm not going to name the bands because I don't know if I don't know if it was their call or if it's the venue or the tour package or whatever it was.
Sure,
but $90 to see a metalcore band with two bands on the bill is an expensive fucking ticket.
2 bands?
Two bands.
Absolutely ridiculous. I could never.
No.
I'll tell you after. It's just crazy. So, and you guys are playing awesome shows, for like $10, $20 at the door. That's what you want, man.
Actually, last night the show, I think it was $12 at the door.
Jeez.
Hell yeah!
What year?
Go to your local shows; they're always cheaper, and you support local bands. And everyone out there listening to this podcast, go support your local bands.
Hell yeah!
Find a local show, buy some merch from them. But while we're recording this right now, tomorrow from now, I'm going to another local show that's in my town that my buddy Chaz is throwing, and there's a few hardcore bands coming through, and it's gonna be fucking awesome.
It's exciting. I want to go to a show.
Fuck yeah, man. And like talking about this subject in particular, kind of like going back, talking about like, the new like wave of deathcore that's coming, because you have like giants like Slaughter to Prevail who are killing it. Like all sorts of heavy hitters coming out these days. But like talking about the ticket prices, you're going to see a big rise in the underground scene. I see it coming. Like, especially for the local scene. It not only is it a more affordable, you can get away with a lot more dumb and fun shit at local shows than you could at a big venue going to see bands. And also, it's
absolutely.
just the atmosphere.
Last night's show is like living proof of that.
Yeah.
You could never get into a fight at the Xfinity Center. They'll drag you out.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Exactly. I used to work at security at the Oakdale. If you saw somebody starting a fight, you're out.
Have you guys been keeping up with the situation of the FET Theater in Rhode Island?
I have been keeping a close eye on that, and it's funny you mentioned that, because there was somebody in the comments section on Lambgoat that was like, oh yeah, this place in the Webster Theater. I'm like, I've never had a bad experience at the Webster, but that's just me.
The most violent thing I've seen security do at the Webster, even in the underground, is actually no. That time, okay, so a tour package comes through the Webster Underground. It's, get ready for this, because it's probably going to be the heaviest one you've ever heard of. Hold on to your socks.
Okay.
So, Kublai Khan is the headliner, and Jesus Peace and Malevolence are with them.
Holy shit.
In the Webster Underground.
It was murder.
Yeah.
There were fists flying everywhere. I saw a couple dudes like getting into fights with security, like as they were being dragged outside. It was
I
it was Thunderdome.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing.
It was great.
Oh man, I love chaos at shows. I miss that shit.
I'll tell you what, I'm trying to get my friend Ben to come out to some shows and cause some chaos.
Hell yeah.
Is this Ben Nicholson by chance?
Yes, Mr. Ben Nicholson, the very person who you guys dropped an episode with yesterday.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, he's fun to talk to, man. But yeah, get him out there. The way he was talking about stuff too. He sounded super giddy. He was like, "Oh, I gotta get into that again."
Yeah,
you know?
he definitely wants to get out there.
Yeah.
Oh, he badly does.
You know, I have a lot of hope for the underground scene, the local scenes. You know, we're in a crazy time where like you got Spotify and all these other streaming services that are just making it worlds more difficult to actually monetize your music and actually, you know, make a buck.
For sure.
You know, so like when it comes to local bands and any of these underground bands that you find online, man, do whatever you can to support these guys monetarily because they don't see shit from their music.
Absolutely. Go out to local shows, support local bands, buy their merch. Dude, it's so simple.
Yeah.
This is how like local bands step up to becoming touring acts. Like I remember some years ago when Body Snatcher was playing in bars, and now they're like headlining and getting into fights with security.
Dude, like same. So like back when I was touring with Arc back in like 2011 through 2013, I remember playing shows in Texas with because we were label mates with Gideon, and we played some shows then. Yeah. So like we played some shows with KubaCon when they were like still a little tiny, but like god damn were their crowds violent, and I loved every second of it.
Oh yeah.
We played a skate park with them, and people were just getting fucked up, man.
Good Lord.
There is hope for bands because a lot of these bands that like you're talking about that are now larger. I mean, look at Lorna Shore, dude. Like that exploded throughout the pandemic. So
I would remember when they were just that tiny deathcore band from Jersey.
yeah, and then just seeing the production level go up for bands that were just hall. I mean, it is the natural evolution of being in a band. You're going to play in bars, you're going to play in halls, you're going to play in smaller concert venues, you're going to play B stages, and then all of a sudden you're going to be doing stuff. Once if you can get to that level, you're going to be doing stuff in those big clubs, and then like Lorna Shore playing like fucking in front of 100,000 people outside.
Oh, playing like Downloaded and Vodka and shit. Like fuck, I couldn't imagine.
Absolutely none of us could have like prepared for or been ready for the precedent that like Lorna Shore was gonna go viral with To the Hellfire. That level of like success and notoriety is just like something I've never seen with like heavy music and deathcore before.
Well, yeah, you see it with like another band, for example, like bands that I wouldn't have called them very popular in the mainstream music, like Spirit Box, and you know Courtney's the phenomenal vocalist.
Amazing.
Yeah, and
they have so much talent, it's ridiculous.
But they weren't like on the map for mainstream at all until 2 years ago, maybe, and then it just exploded.
Yeah, I mean when they dropped Holy Roller, that was it.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
that wasn't even that long ago.
I mean, a couple years ago.
I come across Holy Roller on TikTok like every other video.
Yeah. Or you have the girl that's
gone viral.
Yeah, or you have like the little girl that found a whole bunch of success because she went on like a British television show and rocked Holy Roller like on a national television show in the UK, and now she's huge on like TikTok and shit. Like, and dude, like what the fuck?
And that blows the notoriety up for Spirit Box as well. So
there's not just one kind of fame anymore, like with heavy music as well. You can go fame like through viral videos and shit, through YouTube. It's it's so crazy how many avenues have opened up, like, for heavy music in general.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, we mentioned that a lot. That like the technology is so much different, and the ease of access to getting your stuff out there, just like doing this, like podcasting. This is one of the easiest processes to do, and that's why so many people do it. You know, Joe Rogan dicking around in his bedroom 12 something years ago with a friend to one of the biggest businesses ever. But it's
Oh yeah,
so easy to
absolutely.
do. It's so easy to do.
The guys who run, like, the Hard Lore podcast, they're
Hmm.
sponsored by Knotfest.
That's awesome.
Damn.
How fucking crazy is that?
And my favorite part about the podcasting more recently is the fact that there are more shows like this, and or us being like them. Some of these shows have been around quite a lot longer, but like Lamb Goat's got their own show. You said Hardlore, Garza, the Garza podcast, like they're all awesome
Scoped
because
Exposure.
yeah, because
Yeah.
you get that.
Stoke the Fire's also a really great one.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry, Jesse. That's Stoke the Fire. Yeah, it's an amazing, amazing podcast, and it's not just music talk.
Jesse from Kill Switch and one of his friends, Matt. And dude, like some of the conversations they have, I recommend the Randy Blythe episode and oh shit, the singer from Every Time I Die. That was a really good one.
Keith Buckley.
Keith Buckley.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think about Many Eyes?
Many Eyes.
Yeah.
It is very good. I like
Yes.
Many Eyes, and I like Better Lovers.
Me
We
too.
can like both. Quick PSA,
Yes.
everybody, we can like both.
Yeah, no.
Fellow etidiots out there. Just I know our community is filled off of chaos. Chaos reigns, right? So
Chaos reigns.
but Better Lovers and Many Eyes are two different entities. I'm not going to get into any of the crap that they went through. That is none of our fucking business, none of anybody's business. And whatever, if you're on Team Keith or Team Jordan, whatever the fuck you're on, put that shit to bed. Both bands are sick. What I love about it is Every Time I Die is literally like one of my favorite bands, and they have been since I was in high school. And
Same.
having them break up was catastrophic. It's terrible. It's like the
Oh.
apocalypse for a fan.
It was like the equivalent of Robin Williams dying again.
Yeah. And but now we have like Better Lovers, in my opinion, is like a old mid 2000s musically version of what Every Time I Die was, polished and what's his name from Dillinger Escape Plan?
Oh, Greg Puciato,
Greg,
yeah.
his stuff, and having Will Putney is a great asset, and having the rest of the music from Every Time I Die is a great asset. But then having Many Eyes, that it kind of gave me the vibes from Parts Unknown.
Yeah.
That record cycle, and a little bit when they started to get into Low Teens and that record cycles.
You're absolutely right. I do hear that influence in there.
Yeah. I love them both.
I don't know if anybody told you, but there's like one of the guys that is going on tour playing bass for Many Eyes. He's a local from Connecticut, and he plays for another band called Apostasy.
Okay.
No shit.
And
That's cool.
He's such a nice kid. They're such a good band, all great dudes.
Dave, we'll have to look into that.
Yeah. And did you also get to see the music video for Revelation? It's very much like Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's really interesting. It's got that feel. The colors are all the same. And let me tell you, those lyrics that Keith wrote, those things cut, and you can tell that they're directed. They're angry.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Better Lovers directed their namesake.
Yeah. Long story short, we got two awesome bands out of one. It sucked, but
and we still have a massive backlog of ETID to listen and look back on and reminisce.
Oh yeah.
Hey, and honestly, time heals a lot of things, especially with musicians and shit like that. So you never know what's going to happen in a few years, but enjoy what's out there. And not only that, but like the one thing both bands have going is that this infeuding shit is just going to give them more publicity. So I guess that's the only positive out of it.
Oh, absolutely. we calculate ticket sales exponentially in the next 3 years, how much do you think an E-TID reunion ticket will cost?
Lots of
Oh,
money.
dude, hundreds.
Oh, too much. But you know what?
Yeah,
People will go for E-TID.
absolutely.
Oh yeah, I got a friend that literally would travel to like Furnace Fest from Vermont just for one band. You know, like
I know
it's
guys like that.
hey, it's awesome. That's dedication. It's being a true
I
fan.
know a few people like that. Good on them. Like, they get to go to so many shows, and that's awesome.
All right, so we're gonna get back into some of the stuff you're in. So you wrote a song with the Green Invaders back in 2022 called "Change the Future."
Mhm.
Man, this song is really fucking cool. Can you like elaborate on the theme of that song lyrically? Because it's just cuts really deep.
Well, the theme for Change the Future, I know I said a lot of stuff about storied lyrics earlier, but like the Green Invaders is also a very conceptual band. We like to tell a story, so like lyric writing in its time and place. If you want to do real shit, go for it. If you want to do storied concept stuff, go for it. But either way, yeah, Green Invaders is very storied and concept based. Like, our music is very concept based. Is what I'm trying to get at. Yes, it tells a tale. And Change the Future specifically is the part of the tale where Adam, our protagonist, is he recognizes he is caught in an endless cycle of death and rebirth, with his universe consistently like ending in catastrophe and then being reborn and nobody having any memory of it. But he has escaped the cycle and sees from the outside in what is really going on, and he is preparing to change the future so he can make something that lasts, something permanent, something a home, as it were.
It's very deep.
Yeah, I can't get into too much of like what we're working on with the Green Invaders, but like it's a whole story, and we're very ambitious and eager to tell it.
I like that.
I love that shit. I know as much as I love like honest lyric writing stuff that most people can resonate with, but there's really something, especially in heavy music specifically, where you can just go to so many different places to make somebody feel what you're trying to convey. Like, not only lyrically but musically, there's so many different ways you can go about it, and like, yeah, I love that shit, particularly this song for sure.
Yeah.
We featured that song when Sean was on, and personally, it's in my rotation on my Spotify all the time, because not only lyrically, the way you obviously project things vocally, but the music in that song. It's like you get chills in parts of that song. It's awesome.
Yeah. What the only thing I really can say is that each song off of what we're gonna release is, I guess it's told from a different perspective from everybody in the universe.
Oh, interesting.
Like different types of people who play like different significant roles in that story.
That's really cool.
I like that. You guys took a whole different creative approach and added a whole nother level to it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It doesn't really seem like there's not a whole lot of like concept albums or stuff that like tells a story anymore. At the risk of sounding super corny, the last like really good concept or story album that I remember listening to was Everybody by Logic, and in that he tells the story of basically every person's life is okay. You are this entity who will one day become a god, but to do that you have to live everyone's life who's ever existed and ever will exist. And once you do that, you become God, essentially.
Oh wow, that's really fucking deep.
If you guys get a minute, you should listen to the album. It's like all the way through. It's a solid album.
Okay, what was that album called again?
Everybody by Logic.
Okay. I'm familiar with him, but I haven't listened to that record. I'll have to check that out. I was gonna say, because when it comes to concept stuff, you're very right on that though. Like, aside from like the oddball, like progressive bands where, they do it just to do it, it seems like half the time. You have your ones that stand out, but like I think of like Between the Buried and Me. They do those concept albums like very well. As far as like telling
absolutely.
a whole story. Then I think of like Coheed and Cambria. They're like the whole like graphic novel that's behind it and everything.
Yep.
That's really sick. But they're really like the two main ones I think of in present time that does that anymore. I know that I'm ignorant to many other genres, so I can't speak for like any mainstream stuff or anything like that. But in like more rock, metal, this kind of scene, nah, I don't see it a whole lot, and that's not saying a whole shit ton of bands that are on the up, up and coming,
because
aren't doing shit like that.
It is an undertaking to do something like that. So like,
it's a lot.
It's not to say like bands are doing anything wrong by not doing it.
Yeah.
Like, of course, like to each their own. It's just not a common thing that I've seen.
It's a really deep undertaking in that whole process, and you have to put yourself, and it's like a whole other thing. It's one thing to like have a persona, have a theme or about your band and go on stage, and you want to reflect that same, theme or emotion. You want everybody else in the band to reflect that and have your production be that, but to actually dive in and make characters that have complex thoughts, and each one has their own complex thoughts and emotions on things. It's just, man, yeah, it's a lot.
Each one has their own like arc, like where they experience their own problems and find their own solutions, and
I love it. You know who's been doing that pretty good more recently with newer records is Whitechapel.
In my
true, absolutely. Very true. Ken was fucking sick.
Yeah.
Everybody can like say what they want about like Whitechapel not sounding like Vice or Excise anymore, but like from a musician standpoint, new Whitechapel is really good.
It's really good.
Yeah, I would really have like, don't get me wrong, my favorite Whitechapel record, like classic Whitechapel, Somatic Defilement, all day. Day. You know what I mean? But like when they came out, what was it? The album before Ken. Shit, that's the tour I saw him on.
The Valley?
Yeah, Valley, they played the Valley from front to back when I went to go see him. It was awesome. But just to hear that record not only live, but just like, oh my god, how much they brought in more just like melody, and they still had the brutality there, but how they were able to mix it in with like really well written melodies, and like never took Phil as a singer, but there you go.
He's a great singer.
He's a great singer, and like I'm a huge Tool fan. It's a very reminiscent of that, so I'm just like, you put deathcore and Tool together, I'm in.
Yeah, that song that he wrote for his father, it's just,
oh god, that song kills me.
Him putting himself out there like that and writing that song for his father and singing in that song, it's just, that makes it so much more like meaningful when it's coming from somebody like Phil Bozeman.
Yeah, again, Lorna Shore, the 19 almost 20-minute long 3-part concept of the Pain Remains 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Another story to be told, and also Will Ramos putting his stuff out there. I know that's those songs are, I think, written about somebody very close to him. Hey, more power to anybody that can add the extra layer for just artistic purposes, and it's for you guys too. And it just gets you guys. It's hard to put words to it because it's really cool. Because on top of that, you have the visual aspect, you have the artwork, and then you'll have music videos or lyric videos. that come along with that. And not everybody might get that concept, but you guys do. And just having it be out there in the open, it's an evolution, of songwriting, because you are adding that other layer to it. I'm sure most people, will, we don't, it's kind of hard when you're buying stuff now. You can't, they don't come with CD booklets with lyric books, so you don't.
This is why I still buy vinyl.
Yeah, so you don't have that too much, but going through the lyrics when you buy a new CD that you like, back in the day, and you're just like sitting there. Once you get them, and then you get the patterns in your head, and that's like with Change the Future, the lyrics, the patterns, all that stuff. That's when it starts to resonate in yourself, and that's why I think that song cuts really deep. So again, hats off to you guys for that.
Sean Shaw wants me to sing on some recordings.
Oh, dude, that would be awesome.
Oh, dude, yes.
Let's hear it, man. We'll support it. I can't wait to hear a song like that once you guys release some stuff. But before we let you go, man, got any plugs for both bands, the Green Invaders, Burying Point? Anything new other than the music video, new songs, and what you talked about?
Burying Point is playing a show on December 30th at the Cellar in Hamden with Cryptic Entity and other band. It's a big death metal show, and we're going to be opening it. So come swing your fists like a caveman. If you're listening to this, December 30th. No one is safe.
Beautiful.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, it's been awesome having you on. We definitely should do it again sometime. Stoked for the music video, stoked for the concept with the Green Invaders, having two really awesome projects. Should be pretty proud of that. We appreciate you hanging out with us.
Dude, thanks for having me on.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Listen on Spotify, where you can follow and rate the show. If you prefer YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell so you have updates for full episodes and exclusive clips.
Find all of these links at our link tree. That's www.linktr.ee/Tales from the Soundcheck podcast.
And stay tuned for more news, future merchandise updates, and coming soon, our Patreon, arriving in 2024.
If you have any comments, questions, or booking inquiries, please send us a message on Instagram at Tales from the Soundcheck podcast.
Or shoot us an email at talesfromthesoundcheckpodcast@gmail.com.
Fantasize extermination. what you wanted, you're a fucking disgrace. But see you start with a shotgun in your face.